Listen up, trusted friends. Start up, trust smarter, execute your plan, take action. So if you're ready to listen up, here is today's story on this, our first show. I started my business, Virtual Cash Incorporated, back in 1996, and I've been practicing law since 1994. I have worked for several companies and all different kinds of clients, from the poorest of the poor to literally some of the wealthiest families in the world. Today, you need more than one source of income. You heard the saying, diversify, when it comes to your investments. Well, it also applies to business, family, and life. Having more than one income stream enables you to withstand the ups and the downs that can and will come with business, family, and life. Whether you work for an employer, a startup company, or are doing something on the side as a student while going to school, you might be retiring and deciding to turn that hobby into something bigger, or finally taking that passion and starting it up. Or you have an existing business and you want to take it to the next level. Today, I work on the projects I want to work with, the people that I want to work with, and the companies that I want to associate myself with. For me, that's the definition of success. When I was in the second grade, I thought having $1 million was success. I went to my mom and I asked her if she would actually teach me how to write out a check for $1 million. When I took that check to school and thinking I was a millionaire, ran up the stairwell and said, I am a millionaire. Well, the next thing you know, they brought me down to the office. They called my mom. They said, Mrs. Chadrow, your son Mitchell is down here at the office with a check of yours made out for $1 million. I learned quickly that becoming a millionaire takes more than writing a check for $1 million. So how do you actually allocate your time? Warren Buffett allocates capital very well, but time, that's an extremely precious gift. How do you align that time among and between business, family, and life? How do you actually leverage the resources and sift through all the information? I already have an exciting lineup of guests. Alex Pete Hart, former president and CEO of MasterCard International, in our next show, and he has over 5 decades of wisdom. How did I first get to meet him? Well, I was reading an excerpt from a book, and I saw that he had written a nice blurb about the author. So I contacted the author, introduced myself, and asked him if he would then, in turn, introduce me to next show's guest. And he did. And not only did he, but I was actually looking for a job, and he actually called me right after I graduated from law school at my home back in 1994, and I've been in touch with him ever since. So if you are at a point in your life where you're not ready to start up a business, that's okay. These ideas can help you land an interview, get the first job, transition to a new industry. When you are ready to start up, all the information is here back on my website at mitchellchadrow.com. There are so many podcasts out there. There's so many blogs. So I'm really thankful that you chose to spend your time, whether traveling or working out or even listening up at your current job. Why listen up? The content provided by our guests will not only entertain, but it'll help you as you think about your own ideas, your own business, family, and life. And what they say will actually help provide practical knowledge and tips and resources and provide information that you can personally use. What are some of the types of questions I'll ask? I'm going to ask our guests everything from their own personal story, and if you want to find out about my own personal story, you can actually go on over to mitchellchadrow.com/about. We will ask our guests, what's the one best piece of business advice that they've ever received? We will discuss with them their life-changing moments, those aha moments that got them into starting up, and what were some of the executed steps that they took to get them from startup to launch to final success. I asked them what contributes most to their success and some of their key challenges that they encountered. How the show is actually structured. We start off with a startup round with engaging questions. I'm a curious guy. I'm not afraid to ask the tough questions. In our next round, we're going to actually call that our fast pitch round, where I ask really fast questions that allows us to get to know the guest a little bit better. And in our wrap-up round, we have the guest give us the 3 main takeaways that he would like for the audience to have at the end of the interview, and how to keep in touch. For those who sign up, they'll also get my ebook, 30 Tools to Start Up, and they'll also get the Startup Checklist. You'll also get full transcripts of every single show. And if you want the show notes for this show, mitchellchadrow.com/show001. So for the next show, it'll be mitchellchadrow.com/show002, and so forth. I also publish on YouTube. So, for example, if you go to mitchellchadrow.com/YouTube, you'll be able to get our show over there. And so for the first show, it'll be mitchellchadrow.com/YouTube001, and then for the next show, it'll be YouTube 002. We also publish on Google Plus and LinkedIn. And again, all you have to remember is it's .com/LinkedIn or Google Plus, and whatever show it is, it's either 001 and so forth. We're also on Spotify and iHeartRadio, and you can, of course, find us in the iTunes store. And the best podcast player that I'm aware of is Overcast.fm. You could actually go over there and subscribe at mitchellchadrow.com/overcast. So who are some of the other guests that we're going to have? We're going to actually have fintech gurus and young entrepreneurs. We even have a contestant on Shark Tank who actually raised money for his business. We have a QVC host. We have people who have literally built iconic brands and have sold them for millions. We have business leaders and entrepreneurs who have literally sold their businesses for millions and millions of dollars. Founders and CEOs of public companies, and so much more. And we also have sponsors, people that actually are sponsoring our different rounds. Our startup round is actually sponsored by TrustSmarter.com. Trusts and estates are not just for the rich and famous. You need help with your estate planning. TrustSmarter focuses on you, the consumer. Get connected with certified financial planners who will help you plan your trusts and estates. They have relationships with corporate trust companies all over the world. That's TrustSmarter.com. TrustSmarter is a virtual cash incorporated company. Okay, now back to the show. So what are some of the topics that we're going to be covering? We talk about hardware, Internet of Things, and fintech, and angel investing. We talk to app developers and content marketers. We even have an entire episode on crowdfunding and crowdsourcing and wearable technology. We even get into the most interesting topics of augmented and virtual reality, marketing strategies, entrepreneurial education, product development, business leadership, career advice. I mean, we are covering it all from estate and business planning in our show 009, finance, bootstrapping, financial services, and so much more. We have motivational speakers and technology software application entrepreneurs and tech entrepreneurs. At the end of the show, the guests provide us with 3 main takeaways: special links and resources, and how we can actually stay in contact with them. Back on my website, I have a section for resources. If you don't exactly know where to start, there's even a section that says Start Here that helps you go through and navigate the website. Back on my website, you'll have all of my blogs, all of my podcast posts, all back on my website. So our fast pitch round is sponsored by Chadrow.net, CHADROW.net. Startups, bootstrappers are price smarter. When hiring an attorney, one of our business's greatest costs can be paying your lawyer high hourly rate. Your day-to-day main focus is growing your business, so Chadrow.net created a business legal service plan. All lawyers and CPA professionals in the directory are verified as in good standing with their respective state bar and state board of accountancy admitted. These lawyers and CPA professionals provide you and your business with legal and or tax advice. The best part, no more being nickel and dime for a 6-minute telephone call. No more dealing with billable hours because Chadrow.net is not a law firm. Instead, just pay one upfront, fully disclosed low fee. See for yourself now the business legal service plan. Chadrow.net. Get legal solutions for life. Now, let's get back to it. I love books. I actually have a book club back at mitchellchadrow.com/books, and I always ask my guests to recommend a book that they have really enjoyed. It could be in business or personal or family or life, and anything. I recommend The Last Lecture by Randy Posh. So dream big, get inspired, and listen up. One of my favorite audiobooks of all time, The Millionaire Next Door by Dr. Thomas J. Stanley. It's an audiobook that you will immediately want to listen to right after you're done the first time. And the second audiobook I can recommend for you today is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, which has been a big impact on my life and always inspires me to be the best at all times. To see more of my recommendations and recommendations of our guests, just go to mitchellchadrow.com/books. It's your #1 resource for book reviews and recommendations. Send me your questions after you sign up at the website at mitchellchadrow.com/sign up. Our wrap-up round, sponsored by banksmarter.com. BANKSMARTER.com. More and more consumers are banking smarter. Open a bank account now with your smartphone. Mobile banking, alternative lenders, peer-to-peer lending. Bank Smarter. That's banksmarter.com. Thank you so much for subscribing to my email list and providing a written review on iTunes. mitchellchadrow.com/iTunes. It helps other people find the show. Be good now. Until next time, my trusted friends.